Good morning. Happy Earth Day. I wanted to share a practice this morning. It's a gorgeous day. This practice will be probably a multi-level flow. So if you want to roll out your mat and join us, welcome. I'll offer modifications. Let's start in easy pose. Grounded on your sit bones. Shoulders stacked on top of your hips. Bring your hands to heart center. Feel your fingertips press. Notice your breath. Relax your face. Relax your shoulders far from the ears. Bring awareness to your pelvic floor, your root lock. Right at the base of your spine, feel those muscles squeezing inward and upward, engaging your lower abdominals, supporting your low back. Breathe in, feel the spine lengthen. Breathe out, release your hands to your knees. Start to stir the pot here. Circling out and around. Feel your core lock engage here. The muscles just behind your navel, hugging in toward your spine. And switch directions. Come to a stop at the next inhale, pause, then exhale. Bring your knees up. We're going to rock onto the back body. Squeeze the knees in toward the chest. And then extend the legs long on the mat. Settle yourself here, but flex your toes. Bring yourself into a mountain pose, but you're laying flat on the mat. Flex your toes back towards your shins. Open your fingers wide, palms open toward the sky. Roll the shoulders back and down into the mat. Engage your locks once again. Pelvic floor muscles strong. Core lock engaged. And then squeeze your toes. Squeeze your fingers. Ball them up into fist. Create some tension in the hands and the feet. Breathe in. And as you exhale, release that tension. Relax and soften. Just notice. Let's do that again. Start by flexing the toes back toward the shins. Strengthen through your shins, your calves, your quadriceps. And flex and squeeze your toes. Flex and squeeze your fingers. Create a little bit of tension here purposefully. Exhale, squeezing, and then release. Relax. Let that tension fade away. And then bring one knee into the chest. Squeeze. And then the other. Squeeze. Make a few small circles on the low back. And then lift the legs into legs up the wall. Roll your ankles a few times. This time press your palms firmly into the mat. Press your shoulders into the mat, the back of the head. We're going to lift and lower the legs dynamically. Your modification here is to bend your knees. But if it feels good and you're healthy through the low back, keep your legs nice and straight. Inhale. And as you exhale, lower. Inhale. Let them rise back up. Keep your low back flat, grounded. If you feel it coming up or if you feel any kind of pinchiness there, bend your knees. Keep your shoulders and the back of the head pressing against the mat. 3 more times. Exhaling, inhaling. And bring your legs back up. This time knees to chest. We're going to spinal roll into a standing forward fold. So get some momentum, rock back, come all the way up, stand into your fold. Let your knees bend one at a time, stretching slowly into this fold. Bring your hands to your low back. Let them rest there. Knees gently bent. And then straighten your legs. Press firmly through the balls of the feet, the heels, the toes. Press your palms together, interlace your fingers, create Venus arms, and straighten the elbows. Reach your knuckles away from the back body. Hug navel to spine, hug nose to knees. Keep lengthening the back body, shoulders far from the ears. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, drop your hips to chair, sweep the arms up. Press firmly through your feet. Hug your legs in toward one another. On your next breath in, rise up, extended mountain pose. And exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Let your palms open toward the front edge of the mat. Come into mountain pose here. Ground it through both feet, equally pressing. Strong, straight legs, locks engaged. On your next breath in, arms rise, extended mountain pose. Breathe out, hands through heart center, fold. Breathe in, flat back, Ardha Uttanasana. Breathe out, step, walk, or float the feet back to plank. Exhale, lowered plank, chaturanga. Inhale to the tops of the feet, press up through your up dog. You could also be in cobra. And then come back through plank as you exhale and into downward facing dog. Press into your fingertips, your palms, roll the shoulders far from the ears. Sink your heels, but bend the knees as an option. Your hamstrings are feeling really tight. Feel really grounded in this space, in this shape. Equally pressing through the feet and the hands. Reaching the sit bones up. One more deep breath in. And exhale, bend the knees, look between the hands, step, walk, or float. The feet forward, breathe into your flat back. Breathe out, forward fold. Breathe in, rise up to extended mountain pose. Breathe out, hands to heart center. We're going to practice that again. Sun Salutation A. Inhale, extended mountain pose. Exhale, arms can swan dive if you like, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step, walk, or float back to plank. Exhale, lowered plank. Inhale to the tops of the feet. Exhale, back through plank and into downward facing dog. Once again, feel the mat beneath your hands, beneath your feet. Feel the strength of your arms, your legs, your core, and your back supporting you in this shape. Relax your face and roll the shoulders further away from the ears. take in your breath and let it go. One more inhale here. And as you exhale, bend your knees, get springy, look between your hands, step, walk, or float forward. Breathe into your flat back. Breathe out, forward fold. Breathe in, rise up, extended mountain pose. And breathe out, hands to heart center. Sun salutation B this time, starting in chair pose and adding our warriors. Exhale first. Breathe in, chair pose. Hips drop, arms reach. Exhale, fold. Body to legs. Breathe in, halfway lift. And breathe out, step, walk, or float, plank. And exhale, chaturanga. Inhale to the tops of the feet. Upward facing dog. And exhale back to down dog. Not staying this time, but lunge the right foot forward. Spin the left heel flat. Breathe in as you rise up, warrior one. Breathe out as you come back to plank, lowered plank, and then inhale to your up dog or cobra if your hips are on the mat. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Lunge your left foot forward this time. Spin your right heel flat. Breathe in as the arms rise up. And exhale as the arms come down. Frame the front foot. Step your foot back. Lower. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. 5 breaths here. Rest. Come to child's pose if you prefer. Or stay here. Take in this shape. Each breath in, each breath out. One more inhale. And at the end of the exhale, bend your knees. Look between your hands. Step, walk, or float. Feet between hands. Breathe in, flat back. Breathe out, fold. Inhale, chair. And stand up tall. Mountain pose. Let your arms come down by the sides again. Palms open. Heart space open, shoulders far from the ears. Practicing reverse prayer. Options, holding opposite elbows behind you. Bring the palms to press, fingers facing down, or full reverse prayer, fingers facing up, palms pressing, elbows wide, collarbones wide. Step your left foot back, drop your heel, pivot your hips so that they are steering and parallel to the front edge of the mat. Take a breath in, arch a little bit. As you exhale, hinge from the hips, send your sit bones back, fold out and over your long leg. Lengthen the back body, press fingertips, palms. Keep steering your left hip forward, your right hip back. Deepen the stretch with each breath. Scissor inner thighs toward each other and press firmly through your front foot and your back foot. Breathe in, rise up. Switch the position of your feet so that you're facing the back of the mat. Left toes facing the back of the mat, right toes facing the back of the mat. Hips parallel to the back edge of the mat. Take a breath in, arch open. Exhale, hinge forward, send your sit bones back, fold out and over your long leg. Nose to knee. Steer your right hip forward, your left hip back. Press firmly through both feet. Press firmly through your fingertips or palms. Keep breathing. Relax your face, your jaw. But feel wholly grounded in this shape, in this moment. Exhale. Inhale, rise up. Pivot back to face the front edge of the mat. Release your arms. And this time, step your left foot a little further back. Hips wide open this time to the side of the mat. Arms extend. Trikonasana, triangle pose. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, reach your right arm out and down as you lift your left hip up and back. Hand could come to the ankle. You could hook the big toes with your pointer and middle finger. And you could bring your hand to the mat as well. Widen through your collarbones. Stack your left shoulder on top of your right. Keep breathing. Stay grounded. Keep the spine lengthening, rotating the torso, shifting your gaze up if you like, or keep your gaze down if that helps. You stay more focused. Be where you need to be present, here, feeling everything in this moment. Exhale. As you inhale, bend your right knee, rise up, and once again, switch the position of the feet. So your left toes are facing the back of the mat, hips still wide open to the long side of the mat, arms extend. Take a breath in and then exhale, reach your left arm out and down. Right hip rises up and back. Maybe hook your toes. Maybe hand on the mat, but you could also have a block there. I didn't say that on the other side. You could be in your fingertips. But breathe. Wide open through your shoulders. Stacking right shoulder on top of left, chest stretching. Settle into the shape. Keep your awareness on your breath. Inhale one more. Exhale. Use your next breath in. Bend your left knee. Rise back up. And then turn your feet so that they're parallel. Bring your hands to your hips. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, hinge forward into your wide leg forward fold. Hands at the hips to start, and then roll the shoulders together behind you. Squeeze the elbows toward one another. And lengthen the crown of the head down toward the mat. Keep pressing firmly through both feet, equally through the inside and the outside of the foot. And then walk. Bring your hands down, holding your heels. Maybe hook your big toes. You choose. Ankles. Pull body between legs. Come in a little deeper in this pose. Find the option that works best for you. Breathe in, rise up halfway. Exhale, hands to the hips and come up all of the way. And reach both arms out in front of you, hands to the mat. Step both feet back to downward facing dog. Let your hips sway right and left. Settle into the shape. On your next breath in, come forward to plank, so shoulders stack on top of wrists. Feel your feet pressing, balls of the feet, toes spread wide, fingertips pressing. Engage the back, the core. Allow yourself to settle into the shape. Relax your face. Stay grounded and strong for your arms, your legs. One more deep breath in, and then exhale back to downward facing dog. Stretching your hips up, reaching your heels down. Nod your head right and left. We're going to move back and forth from down dog to upward facing dog. So we're going to also do something a little different. We're going to switch the breathing. Typically I exhale in down dog, but in this variation we're going to inhale in your down dog. So take a deep breath in. As you exhale, come forward. Bypass plank by letting your hips melt down. Widen through your collarbones. Exhale. Keep on your toes. Don't bring the tops of the feet to the mat. When you're ready to inhale, lift the hips. Strengthen the core. Inhale back to down dog. Exhale forward. Shoulders stack on wrists. Exhale fully and inhale back to down dog. Exhale forward, upward facing dog. Inhale back. Exhale forward. And inhale back one more time. Exhale back. Upward facing dog. And inhale. Down dog. Bring your knees to the mat this time. Settle your hips onto your heels. Take child's pose. Turn your palms to face up and open and close your fingers, releasing your wrists. Circle your wrists here. Go back and forth. Working on wrist release, stretching your back. And then settle into stillness here in this shape. Let your forehead relax onto the mat. Bring the backs of the hands on either side of the legs and release your wrists a little bit more. Wiggle your fingers. Then rise up to kneeling. And practice camel here. Take your time. Find your shape here. Hips stacked on top of knees, shoulders stacked on top of hips. Once again, engage your core, your pelvic floor muscles. And practicing camel, I'm going to give you a few options. Hands in the back pockets, supporting your sacrum, and elbows squeezed together behind you. Arching up, keeping your hands there. Let your gaze be up. The next option, you could be right there. Stay there and breathe. You also have the option to have your toes curled under and reach for your heels. And a bit deeper option is to have the flats of the tops of your feet down and reach for your heels. Keep pressing your hips forward. Breathing deeply, coming out of this pose slowly, tuck chin to chest, use core strength, pull navel to spine as you rise up. And then sit back down onto your heels for hero pose. Let your hands soften and rest on your lap. Breathe. Feel the moment. And slowly, bring your palms to the mat. Curl your toes under, rise up to a down dog. And then walk your feet between the hands. Rise all the way up. Extended mountain pose. Palms press and come down to heart center. We're going to practice tree pose. Bring your ground down through the right foot. Turn your left knee open. Bring the sole of the foot to the ankle. You might bring it up to the calf. You might reach down and place the left foot on the right thigh. Keep your locks engaged. Keep pressing firmly through the right big toe, the whole foot. Feel the energy rising up through the inside of the right leg. Let the arms rise up as an option. Let them open if you like. Keep breathing. Stay grounded. Find balance here in this shape. Breathe in. Breathe out as you bring the hands back through heart center. Take your time, release the left foot. Press the top of the right foot into the mat. And slowly take your time. Before switching sides, come back to mountain pose. Feel both feet pressing equally. Allow yourself to feel grounded and strong. And then shift weight to the left foot. Open the right hip. Bring the right foot to the ankle, maybe the calf. Stay there. Or reach down and place the foot on the left thigh. Keep that hip nice and open. Gentle tucking in with the tailbone. Engage your locks. Feel grounded. Firmly rooted through your left foot. Left big toe, the inside of the left leg. Energy radiating up through the midline of the body. Arms lift overhead as an option. Arms open as an option. can't have an Earth Day practice without tree pose. There's an absolutely beautiful blue heron down in the cove just past my drishti. Gorgeous. Take one more deep breath in and exhale. And slowly bring the hands back through heart center. Release your right foot. Settle both feet once again on the mat. On your next breath in, extended mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step, walk, or float to plank. And exhale, lowered plank. Breathe in through your up dog or cobra. And breathe out. Downward facing dog. Look between your hands and lunge your right foot forward. Release your left knee from the top of the foot and then rise up to a kneeling lunge. Anjaneyasana. Arms extending, palms pressing or goalposts. Let your hips settle forward and down. If you have goalpost arms, bring the palms to press and bring the hands to heart center. Bring the left elbow to the right leg. Come into a twist here and then curl your toes under. Oh, there goes that heron. Can you see him? Flying away. Keep breathing into your prayer twist. Hips are square. One more inhale, and as you exhale, release your left knee. Come out of your twist. Bring both hands this time to the inside of the right leg. Bring your right foot a little wider so there's more space. Coming down to the forearms for a lizard pose. You could also come down to a block. And press your palms or clasp your hands. Curl and tuck your chin to your chest, round through the cervical spine. Feel the stretch. Then as an option here, curl your left toes under, lift that back leg, really sink into the stretch. Engage through your quad, your shin, your calf, feel strength. Hug your right knee in towards your shoulder. And release that knee again, the top of the foot again. Bring your palms down, let your knee open. Melt a little deeper here. Exhale one more. And slowly bring your hands back up to the mat. Bring your right knee back in. Curl your toes under. Step your right foot back. Find down dog. And then walk your dog, bending one knee and then the other. Nod your head right and left. This time looking between your hands, we're going to lunge the left foot forward. Starting with our kneeling lunge, release the right knee and the top of the foot. Rise up to Anjaneyasana, pressing the front thigh to start as the hips settle forward and down, and then let the arms rise up, palms pressing, or goalposts if that feels better in your shoulders. Soften your face, but commit to strong legs, grounded through your front foot, your back leg. Breathe in. If you have goalpost arms, bring your hands together. Press the hands into heart center and then rotate so the right elbow comes to the outside of the left leg. Find your prayer twist here, and then as an option, curl your right toes under and lift that back leg. If that doesn't feel okay, you can leave the knee down. Breathe. Grounded through your legs. Twisting. Feeling your breath. Staying present in the moment. If you feel wobbly, adjust your stance, your alignment. Take another inhale. And as you exhale, release your back knee. Bring both hands to the inside of the left leg. Inch your left foot a little wider to make more space. And then decide, maybe grab a block for your forearms. Clasp your palms here. Let your head curl so your chin is tucked into your chest. And decide, curling the right toes under, lifting the back leg, really strengthening. Hugging the left knee in toward the shoulder for this one. Breathe in, and if your knee is lifted, release it. Release the top of the foot. Let your arms or your hands come away from the clasp. Relax more. Let your left knee relax open. Soften your lizard here. Exhale here. And slowly bring your left knee up. Come into your fingertips and then bring your left knee this time back to all fours. Let your hips sway left and right. And then take a few cat-cows. Hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Round the back body. Really hug navel to spine, tuck chin to chest. And then arch the back body, dropping the belly low, widen through your collarbones. Breathe in, breathe out through your angry cat. Breathe in through cow. Breathe into your neutral spine. Let's come out to puppy pose. So, also called heart melting pose. Anahatasana, we're going to stretch the arms toward the front edge of the mat, keeping your hips stacked on your knees. And then let your forehead melt to the mat. Maybe your chest, your heart space can melt down. Really send your sit bones up. Breathe. Take one more breath in. And exhale. Slowly bring your forearms together. Bring your forehead to the mat. Walk your knees a little closer so that you can settle back into child's pose. We're going to do one more big strengthening pose for the shoulders. We're going to practice Dolphin Pose. Dolphin Pose is similar to Down Dog, but your forearms are on the mat. A little bit more intense. We're going to start with the forearms down, and make sure your forearms are no wider. Your elbows, are no wider than your forearms. So reach your right hand over, hold your left elbow. Make sure that that's the spacing you have. And then palms press. You could also interlace your fingers if that feels better in your shoulders. You're going to curl your toes under, let the hips rise up, and then walk your toes a little closer to your elbows. All the while keeping your shoulders far from the ears. Hug in with your core. And breathe. Keep pressing firmly, grounded through your forearms. And then shift weight to the left toes. Let the right leg rise up. And bring it back down. Ground down through the right toes. Lift your left leg up. And bring it back down. Keep breathing. Inhale and exhale. Release knees to the mat. This time bring your hands by your heels for child's pose. Forehead to the mat. Now you have the option to stay here, or I'm going to cue rabbit pose. You're in child's pose with your forehead on the mat, knees together, arms hugging by the sides, just palms facing up. Or hold your feet, your heels. Let your head, you're going to roll from the forehead up to the top of the head as your hips lift. And then hollow out the belly, really squeeze navel to spine and stretch through the shoulders. If that doesn't feel right for some reason in your neck or your shoulders, then stick with child's pose. But find this stretch feels really good through the shoulders. One more breath in. And slowly release back to child's. And rise up. Shift so that you onto your hips so you can sweep your legs out in front of you. Let's let the arms stretch up and then exhale, forward fold. Just holding your feet, your ankles, wherever you can comfortably hold. And then allow your body to pull down into your legs. Keep your shoulders away from the ears. Breathe in one more. Feel the back body expand. Exhale fully. And release your feet. Bend your knees and shift your hips slightly forward and come on to the back body. Bring knees to chest. Squeeze knees to chest. Release both feet down to the mat. We're going to practice what's called a cattail twist. If it's not accessible, there's plenty of places you can stop. So I'll cue and just listen. Let your body guide you as you try this shape. We're going to cross the right leg over the left. And then we're going to shift the hip slightly to the right. So you're going to come onto your left hip. Open your arms and let your knees both drop open to the left. Now, I'm actually going to have to extend my right leg so that it doesn't get caught up under there. So extend your right leg and then let both legs drop to the left. Your left hand might be able to hold your right toes. You can stay right here. There's one more option here. You can reach your left foot with your right hand and then come back and relax your shoulder onto the mat. Then you're in the full twist. You don't have to take it that far. If it's forced, then don't do it. But if it helps open up more space, helps create more sensation in the body, then try it. Settle here. To complete the twist, let your head turn to the right. One more inhale, and slowly release your feet if you're holding them. Bring both feet back to the mat slowly. Take your time. Bring your low back to the mat. Take a breath or two here before switching sides. There's no rush. See how much space I have. All right, we're going to start the next side by crossing the left leg on top of the right, and then you're going to shift your hips slightly to the left. Let your knees drop to the right, but as you do so, extend your left leg. Then your right hand is going to reach over for your left foot. Maybe your left hand can grab your right foot. And if that's accessible, cool. If not, don't worry about it. Just take the twist wherever you want to be. Left shoulder melting back down toward the mat. Gaze coming out, or coming to the left side. Settle into the shape and breathe. Take one more inhale on this side. Stay through your exhale. Slowly release your feet from your hands. Come out of your twist. And then let your knees just sway a few times left and right. Set up for relaxation here. Shavasana. We're going to practice Shavasana with the legs long. The arms by the sides, just like we did toward the beginning of class. And here, once again, I want you to flex your toes, send your heels toward the end of the mat. Open your hands wide, and then squeeze your hands into fists and squeeze your toes. Feel strongly engaged. Engage your locks, your core. Press firmly through the shoulders, back of the head. Feel the tension of the strength here. And as you exhale, release your hands, your toes, release the energy in your legs, unflex your feet, soften everything. Let go of your locks. Let go of the need to be engaging your muscles. Let go of the need to be controlling and focusing on your breath. Let your body settle into softness for this final pose. Let your body and your mind just be here in the moment, seeking stillness and enjoying the quiet. Very slowly, bring gentle movements to your fingers and your toes. Deepen your breath. Notice the expansion of your chest as you breathe in. And notice it softening back down as you breathe out. And bring one knee and then the other into the chest. And roll to your side. Rest on your arm. Find sideline child's pose for a moment or two, allowing yourself to come back into this moment, come back into awareness, to absorb your practice. You can use your hand to press back up. Make your way to a comfortable seat on the mat. Easy pose where we started. Hero if you prefer. Bring the palms to press at heart center. Linger in this moment on this gorgeous day. Today we celebrate our earth. Practice gratitude today for this beautiful space we all inhabit. Take an inhale here and exhale. Breathe in as the arms rise up. Feel the fingertips press at the top of the inhale, and then exhale the hands right back to heart center. Namaste.